Here we are again today discussing resilience, the beauty of presence, and trying to distill from that book the core topics and chapters that I hope I can distill for you in less than 10 minutes to give you an idea of what might be of relevance to you in the book should you take the time to pick it up, or should you engage me for actual face-to-face, one-on-one, or over the phone conversations, workshops, or presentations. But today's topic is called 49 Years Lost in Communication. Now, that's an observation from me to take the concept and context of that book into one of these episodes to relate to you the intent in that book about communication of years gone by. In the book, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, the core model of that book, there are several other sub-models, but the main model is observation and communication. That is what I'm using as a center model for resilience, to observe and communicate. Observe and communicate what? Your beauty in your presence. And of course, as I said earlier, more recently, not just your presence, what do you produce from that presence? So for resilience, every day, every moment, it's about observation plus communication. No expectation. Now, if you're around or caught a copy of the original version or earlier version of the book, expectation was part of that core model. It was observation, expectation, and then communication. But I removed that from the original book and now the workbook. To me, and just me personally, I'm sharing with you, there is no value, or say in the Six Sigma world, no value added with expectation of others or of self. So I'm trying to make this clear intent. In your observations of thoughts, ideas, and visions, then you have the work, the communication to execute them. Firstly to yourself. The message to others will become evident in your presence and in your production. That will allow you to meet and mirror with all of you that you encounter and that you have exhibited from these nice glossy words, but in practice are they getting done. Oh, and by the way, that essential part called love has to be the underpinning, the foundation of everything I'm mentioning to you today. Now, pardon me for the long preamble for this part of this episode. 49 years ago. 49 years ago is significant because I remember when whatever we would exchange in terms of language or comment or plans, we had to honor those words face to face, eyeball to eyeball, maybe over a rotary telephone or over a walkie-talkie in the Army. Those words expressed had to be honored. Because back then, we didn't have the luxury or cell phones or pages or beepers to course correct that statement we made to our fellow colleagues. Shoot, probably most of you who can join me in this dated reference about 49 years ago, we were lucky even back then to have a landline, a rotary telephone in our house, and only one at that point in time, and we needed more luck to get access to that one phone in the house back in the day. Because to me, even though it is dated, calling myself out as far as age, but given that context, that time, we would commit to that limited communication, face to face, eye to eye, maybe briefly mouth to ear on that luxury telephone or device. And that simple communication and intent and observation required little follow-up or confirmation. We just knew and could trust each other back then. And we did that with limited disappointments and little emphasis on the quote-unquote expectations of that agreement or plan. But now, we get upset when the text or that email or that cell call doesn't get picked up or responded to or returned. What happened to us? To our connection, to that seamless circuit of communication without this fabulous technology that we have right now. We kind of outsourced that responsibility and accountability to each other. We gave it up to the technology and not to our internal guidance, our internal trust, our internal presence. Remember, hopefully many of you remember this, that simple, your word is your bond. That theme, that statement has been seemingly lost in the translation from 49 years ago to today. Now, I appreciate our use of technology around now and for these moments because I'm talking to you through technology, through the internet, through your iPhone, through your tablets, through your Android. I appreciate that. But I beg you to stop expecting and not relying on those gadgets to get you through the day. And definitely not through this moment. Let's stop and smell the actual roses and garbage on our respective journeys today. Maybe even unplug for a minute, for a few minutes. God forbid, for an hour. Leave your phone, your tablets, your TV, your devices. Leave them over there. And I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but look out at the sky. Look out at the nature. Smell the air. Don't just take it in like it's going to be there forever. Take it in and relish it. Hell, taste it if you can. Maybe even if you can have the time and you have the wherewithal, walk around your neighborhood, your community. Maybe talk to a stranger one time in that period, this unplugged period. Talk to somebody without having that appendage in your hand as your magical wand if something happens. Just do that. And again, even talking to a stranger in that unplugged moment for a period, maybe that stranger you're talking to without devices, without technology, maybe in that moment you can talk to you without the devices. You can talk to your higher power for a change without the distractions. Just an idea. Give it a shot. Until then, stay present, stay current. It is always a 20.